You know, there's a lot of handy-looking tools on YouTube, a lot of analytical tools. We're going to tell you how to use several of them right now.
Yeah, they can look complicated, or analytics sounds technical, but it's actually pretty easy, and I'll show you how.
Right now. Hi everybody, it's world-renowned speaker and author Scott Christopher. You can see some of that on my channel. Here with Nate, Be the Hero Nate Woodbury. I just keep calling you that because that's what it is.
Well, I like the brand. It's
yeah,
fun.
It's a great brand. And the shirt. Now, are we ever going to get these shirts out there in e-commerce world?
That's one of my to-dos.
It's one of his to-dos. There's so much going on right now. In fact, we have so much we need to talk about. As mentioned, we want to just dig right into the analytical tools that YouTube provides. Again, this is without a subscription, most of these, right? I mean, this is just if you're a YouTuber.
You have a YouTube channel, and you have access to some amazing stats. We're going to dive right in.
Dive away, Greg Louganis.
Who is Greg Louganis?
You get that? He didn't get it? Well, I'm not going to tell him.
Is this recording?
He'll have to look it up later.
I guess it's not yet.
So we're going to take a look at some of these great tools, easy to use tools, but still fundamentally foreign to most people who are brand new to it. I mean, I think the user interface is pretty simple, but you need to walk us through some stuff.
Okay, so when you're in your video manager,
okay,
then you click on analytics.
That automatically just shows up there?
And so when you're in your video manager, you'll come to click on analytics. It'll take you to this overview screen.
Got it.
So now pay attention to what YouTube is showing you here on the overview screen. The thing that's in the top leftmost is watch time. That tells me that watch time is very important to YouTube, to the YouTube algorithm.
Because it's the first thing they've got.
Yeah, obviously views are important to me. It's something that's easy to understand, easy to track. Ooh, this video had 1,000 views. This video had 100,000 views. So we understand views, but watch time is controlled by, well, I've got a 10-minute video, and people on average are watching 60% of it. So this video is adding 6 minutes of watch time versus I've got a 2-minute video and it's got 100% watch time. That's 100% retention rate. So it's only got 2 minutes of watch time. YouTube really likes people to stay on YouTube for a long time. So
for them, clearly, even just the cumulative total of watch time as it gets into the millions higher and higher is an important value for them.
Yeah. So pay attention to watch time. Pay attention to average view duration.
Okay.
Obviously, revenue is a good stat. Views are good to look at.
Now, tell me, this is one of your clients, Limitless TV. Average view duration is almost 7 minutes. How long would you say the average videos are that you're making, that you're helping him produce and doing all that you do for him?
Yeah, great question. So we always shoot to have a minimum of 7 minutes. We don't always hit it. We try and get above the 10-minute mark in most cases.
Okay. So if you're around 10 minutes, he's close to a 70% retention.
Yeah,
basically on average. Okay.
And you can see, I mean, this is showing the 6 minutes and 44 seconds that day. Down here it was at 5 minutes and 14. Up here it's clear up to 7. So this is just showing day by day what it was. If I were to click on this, it brings it up in full, but then you see what's the average during this whole 28-day period.
Oh, I see. This is just during that month.
Yeah, and you can look. I can go back to the last 90 days,
and the numbers will change.
Yeah, and you can see that we've had a higher view duration because the last video that we had spike was a 20-minute video. That's very unusual for this channel, but we were real strategic. We made a video that was real engaging and kept people with a high retention rate. And obviously that did well. I mean, if you saw the revenue numbers on this channel, that's why, because we had a recent spike.
Gotcha. Okay. So what else is important to the YouTube folks?
Okay. So what we were looking at is the summary. I can click on Overview here, and it shows a lot of different things. So get familiar with what's on the screen here. I want to show you something else that I visit a lot, and it's real time. So what real time shows you is what's been happening now and in the last 48 hours. And you get to see views in the last 48 hours and in the last 60 minutes. And if you scroll down, you'll see the videos, but by default, they're sorted by date. So this is a video that went live today, and so far since 9:30 in the morning, let's see, it's 12:30. So in the last 3 hours, we've had 690 views. And so again, these are sorted by date. This is yesterday's, this is the day before. Yesterday's video in total had 4,500 views. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Watch what happens if I click this column. It sorts it by the videos that have performed the best in the last 48 hours. This is that video that I talked about that caused that last spike.
Right.
And just in the last 2 days, it's had 55,000 views.
That's awesome.
And you can scroll down and just see what are the top performing videos over a rolling 48-hour period. This updates in real time. You can see this little flashing red dot, and it says automatically updates every 10 seconds. So, and as I've mentioned before, this can get addicting, because as you're looking at your stats, you know that it's updated every 10 seconds. You're just like, ooh, is it going up? Is it going up? And when it goes up, it just gives you this adrenaline rush or whatever.
I think it is a dopamine, charge, something.
And I like to sort by the last 60 minutes, like what videos are performing right now. And you'll see that this video is getting 1,300 views. This one's 150. This one's 150, 140, 110. I love
and
seeing...
these are, and looking at the date, again, some of these videos have been out several months.
Yeah. And
they're still in the last 48 hours,
This is definitely a side note from the analytics, but whenever you have one video that's performing exceptionally well, it tends to lift the other videos. So kind of like when the tide rises, all but what's that? Mm-hmm. What is that?
I know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the tide rises, lifts all boats, or whatever.
Right.
So these videos are probably going to be some of the top performing videos, but when this one does better, then these numbers are all higher. And right now we've got 5 videos getting more than 100 views per hour. I love that stat. More than 100 views per hour on a video means that it's doing well. And we've had on this channel at the peak of the spike, I think we had 10 or 11 videos at a time that were all above 100 views per hour. So that's something I like to use, is real-time stats. This is available on the mobile app as well. And then sorting it by, the videos that are performing best in the last hour or 48 hours. Okay, before we switch to another type of stat, I want to show you something else that you can do, is you can look at the stats just for one specific video. So just by clicking on it, you can also do a search up here if it's not one of the top performing videos, you just want to search for a specific one. But now everything that we're seeing, real time, 48 hours, you see the stats for this one video, and then what changes down here is kind of the information, whether we're looking at device type.
Oh, yes.
You see that a lot of people are watching this video on their phone. We can look at geography. So this video, in the last 48 hours, 17,000 is coming from the United States, and we've been getting a lot of interest in India, which is really cool. I mean, we're used to United States, we're used to Canada and Australia.
I wonder if there's
I'm not seeing Australia in this list yet, but we've got South Africa there that are all English speaking.
This is mostly a real estate how-to type channel.
And we're going to be making a video soon about the differences of investing in the United States versus in the United Kingdom, because Chris doesn't do a lot outside of the United States, but a lot of viewers are now, so that's kind of giving us guidance as to
because you've looked at the numbers, you see that you're getting a lot of hits from India and outside of the U.S., so you've got to address that, and that's beautiful.
All right, now let's look at another type of stat. And by the way, if you just hit that X, it now goes back to channel wide.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, subscribers is a fun statistic that I frequent, and you can find that right down here. And a stat that they don't show as much, this is fun, because with this last spike, it made our previous daily subscriber count of 100 or so per day look minuscule, because we got up to 7,800 subscribers in a day, which is fun. But that's not this video. That was a previous video that we filmed. If you want to watch that, watch it. We'll tell you the whole story of how we caused that to happen. But in fact, let me just rewind a month so we don't, we'll just go back to May 1st. March 18 to May 1st, 18.
There we go.
So you can just see day to day how many subscribers are coming in, and you can look down below at where they're coming from, or the geography, or let's see, what does this show us? I don't know what that's showing us. Subscribers. If you don't know what a stat is, you can click on the question mark. The change in total subscribers found by subtracting subscribers lost from those gained. Okay, that makes sense. So you see that we had some people unsubscribe, we had some people subscribe, and so that's the sum. All right, another thing that I like to look at, and this is pretty cool. Obviously, revenue is cool, and you're going to be here a lot. What I want to click on is right below that, ad rates.
Ah.
So this, and you can look at the different colors representing different videos. That's what you see on the charts here. But I actually, most of the time I like looking at the chart. But this one I like coming down here and looking at this column here called CPM. M is like in Latin, M is the Roman numeral for million, or for 1,000. I want to say million. But it's so this is like the amount of money you're getting per 1,000
per 1,000,
views.
right. Cost
So
per mil, yeah.
on this video, it's got a CPM of 9.7. You see this one down here is $15.40. Best places to invest in real estate. Advertisers like putting their ads on that topic, I guess. This one here, not so much. Yeah, this is the one that you and I were talking about. We made a video on this channel that was out of character for the channel. It's the effects of watching pornography, and it did perform well on the channel, but as you can see, as far as revenue, as far as adding subscribers and stuff like that, it's obviously the worst CPM of the videos we're looking at here. So that's kind of a good comparison that showed up there. Okay, there's one more stat that I want to show you, and this is an important one that if you study this and look into it, deeply on each video, you can really improve the success of your channel, and that's audience retention. And I like to look at it by, let's go the last 28 days. Okay, so we've reset all of our stats. It's not specific to one video. This is just channel-wide audience retention. Okay, and then we'll look down here and say, well, right now, all the videos that it's showing here is sorted by watch time. So this is one of our best performing videos, or the best.
Yeah.
How to invest your money in your 20s. And we've got an average percentage viewed of 40%. Now, what's to understand, that's 8 minutes, because this is a 20-minute video. And so the watch time is fantastic on this video, and 40%. I usually recommend people go 45% or higher, but clearly this 40% average percentage viewed video has done really well for this channel. And you can look down at the stats and see, ooh, this video right here has had 64%, and it's a longer video. That's 64% amounts to 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. And so you can go look at the video and and see, what is it? Can we make more videos like that? Or if you find one that's lower, let's find a low one here. Well, they're all doing pretty well.
They're doing quite well. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, so this video doesn't have any bad examples, but
well, if it did, what would you do?
well, I can look at more. We'll see. We'll find one. Obviously, if you find a video that's performing like, okay, here's one, 27%. Oh, that's the one. Effects of watching pornography. That's obvious because it's not relevant to the channel. Here's something else you can do. Let's take just any video, real estate vocabulary. Okay, so we picked this video, and is it going to play? We don't want it to play. Oh, this is what we want. Now we're looking at the graph. We're looking at, okay, it had it did have 54. I thought maybe I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, in any case, 54%. And we can look at where is it dropping off. And if it's flashing for some reason. If we get down to the very end of the video and that's where you see a significant drop off, that's kind of an obvious point. And so, but if that drop off were right here, then you might want to go to that specific spot in the video
and see what you're doing.
What did we do? What did we say?
How did we lose you? Yeah, right.
And so study this, especially early on, when you're kind of getting a feel for, what videos are going to be the most successful. Look back at your history of videos, and look at this audience retention, and that'll just give you real quick answers this exact moment. And you'll often find spots where it goes back up, and that means that people actually rewound and watch that part again to have more audience retention later than
I was
before.
going to say that doesn't make much sense. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool when you see that. You don't see it too often, but I don't know. Maybe let me click off this video and let's just click on another one. And oh, it's because I need to. Yeah, there we go. Let's just click on our most popular video, and we'll see what that retention rate looks like. Okay, cool. So we see that right here, whatever happened in this moment, people really liked. Pause that video. So, when you see anomalies or you see interesting things, you can then go in and go to 6 minutes and 28 seconds or go to 7 minutes and 5 seconds. See what happened between those 30 seconds and do more of that in your videos. In fact, I haven't looked at that, so I'm curious to see what happened at that moment.
Well, for heaven's sakes, here we are.
Low battery, but we're at the end of our video.
Look at that. So simple tools made simpler because Nate's kind of walked us through some of the steps, but make sure that you absolutely leverage all of the analytics because it's only about making your product better. Yeah?
Absolutely. All right, so obviously we didn't cover everything in the analytics. I'm really curious, what are you using in the YouTube analytics that I'm not and that I really should be paying attention to? Share that below, and then we'll obviously have a good collaboration here.
And we'll have our robot answer and kind of talk back and forth.
We respond to comments. Unless you swear, then you get filtered out.
That's right.